On January 19th, 1994, the world was introduced to Detective Conan, as its manga began serialization in the Weekly Shonen Sunday magazine. 2 years later, on January 8th, 1996, its anime adaptation premiered and the franchise became a huge success. With its genius premise of a high school detective turned back into a kid, solving crimes, keeping his identity a secret, while also uncovering the organization that did this to him, it has etched its way into the history books of mystery fiction. It's not just a big deal in Japan either. Whether it's the gripping mysteries, the drama, the characters, maybe even the music, Detective Conan has closed the case on how to make a series that's enjoyed around the world. Today, we'll be covering an interesting offshoot that resulted from its international success, an Arabic-language musical stage show from Kuwait that crossed the series over with Pokémon. Conan is incredibly popular in the Arab world thanks to its Arabic dub. Conan Mania was a real thing. The show is dubbed into Arabic by the company Venus Center, under license from Animation International. This dub first premiered in the late 90s, but it would really find its success with the channel Spacetoon, which launched on March 15, 2000, and Conan started airing during its Action Planet block of programming. Spacetoon is well known for making original content for the shows they air. Conan was no different, and so there was a lot of promotional material made just for the Arabic dub, including call-in shows, where fans could talk directly to Conan. Additionally, in the year 2000, another show was brought over to the Arab world, that being Pokémon. Its Arabic dub from this time was also done by Venus Center, and was based off of the 4Kids English dub.
Attention Pokémon fans, get ready for Pokémon Live at the Fox Theater.
These franchise-inspired stage shows are always a fun time. You know your favorite characters, but what if they were real? What if they were on ice? These shows give us a chance to see what that would be like. They give fans a chance to suspend their disbelief for a brief moment and think, hey, Arthur exists in our real world. These shows make for great memories for those who were lucky enough to see them, and interesting moments in history for fans after they've wrapped up. It's especially interesting when a show is put on somewhere other than where the property originates. For example, Code Lyoko is a French cartoon, but it was big enough in Spain to get a live musical over there, featuring character mascot costumes and voiceovers by the Spanish dub cast. In the case of Pokémon Live, it was negatively received by critics, but is remembered fondly by those who saw it. The show toured the US from September 2000 to January 2001, but also had additional showings in other territories.
¿Dónde está Pikachu? ¿Está bien? ¡Pikachu!
Gracias a Dios que estás bien.
With the series seeing success in the Arab world, in March of 2001, Pokémon Live played for one weekend in the United Arab Emirates. But this wasn't the only live show based off of the series happening around this time. Another had just wrapped up its production over in Kuwait, that being Conan in the Land of Pokémon. This was made with involvement from those behind the Arabic dubs. The voice actors from the dubs provide voiceovers. As ridiculous as it seems, this is true supplementary material. It's a little like 4Kids' Fight for the Fox Box from 2003. This was a half-hour-long special made by 4Kids to promote their then-at-the-time upcoming Foxbox programming. This special consists mostly of reused animation and clips from the shows being advertised, edited together to tell a new story that connects these franchises. It's obviously just marketing for the shows, but it's a great example of a licensor mixing their licenses. This is an authentic poster made for the play. Most of the art here is stock art you see all over products of this era, but Pikachu is embossed, and Conan is all weird looking. This also shows that it was sponsored by Pepsi and the Laughing Cow, so this had some real force behind it. It runs a little under an hour, and guess what? You can watch it, the whole thing. An official home media version of this was produced. It was aired on TV, and was released on VHS. It can also be bought and streamed on apps that host these plays. So it has always been out there, but it was a little tricky to find footage of it online for a while. Take these 3 2007 YouTube uploads of TV recorded footage of it, notably this 1-second long one called Dancing Conan. Could you imagine if this was all we had of the play? Enough to show it existed but not much more than that? These clips were uploaded by Kingdom 6 Hearts, and in the description they say it was shown on the channel Kuwait TV. There's a Wikipedia page for it, on Arabic Wikipedia at least, and it has an entry on the Arabic movie database website El Cinema. We know who worked on it, all the actors. The play itself has extensive credits too. The writer of the play has a website that features it, which has some really good info. The writer also has a Wikipedia page, on the English site this time. On it, it says the play was adapted into a drama course at the Higher Institute of Theatrical Arts in 2001, which sounds incredible. This play is just one of many stage shows from Kuwait based off of series like this. There's one of Toy Story, some Batman ones, some Snorks ones for the Snorks fans in the audience. This is a Pokemon-centric show. Conan is the only character from his series that appears. Kaido Kid doesn't show up to steal gym badges. It really is a Pokemon thing, also guest starring Conan. So, with all of that said, without further ado, this is Conan in the Land of Pokémon. The play opens with Ash, along with Ash backup dancers, dancing to the Arabic Pokémon theme song. After that, we see Ash singing while dribbling his Pokeball. Suddenly, Detective Conan himself calls out to him.
آش اسمعني يا آش المحقق كونان.
Now the group of Ash are joined by a group of Conans, dancing to the first Arabic Conan theme. While the Arabic Pokemon dub is based off of the 4Kids English one, the Arabic Conan dub started in 1998, so it predated Funimation's English Case Closed dub. So they obviously didn't use its opening as a base, but they also didn't use the Japanese original either, instead making their own song. So in this play, Conan and Ash are great friends. What's their history? Does Ash know that Conan Edogawa is actually Shinichi Kudo? There aren't any implications that Conan is visiting through a dimensional portal or something, so at least in this production, we can assume that everything that happens in Conan takes place in the same universe as Pokemon. Spacetoon exists as a TV channel in this, so maybe all the characters know their actors on TV shows, and Ash and Conan just hang out when they're not working on episodes. Anyway, while tossing the ball back and forth, Conan explains that Misty told him that she has a feeling something bad is about to happen to Ash. Ash replies saying, ugh, ever since Misty got that job as a host for Spacetoon, she's been getting some crazy ideas. Conan insists that Ash should be careful. Ash doesn't care, and starts boasting about how great he is.
كنت تريد أن تحتفل بي كبطل حقيقي. استطاع أن يجمع أقوى البوكيمونات وأندرها. أليس كذلك؟
Conan agrees, but then accidentally tosses the Pokeball they were playing with into the forest.
لكن ماذا؟ ها؟ أترى ما فعلت؟ سقطت كرة البوكي.
Conan tells Ash to not worry. They'll find it while singing their favorite song, the same song Ash was singing before Conan appeared, a song about losing their ball.
أين كرتي؟ وسط الملعب. ضاعت كرتي. كيف سألعب؟ كيف سألعب؟
Ash eventually finds it, but then gets injured.
جرحت يا كونان. أحدهم رمى زجاجة مكسورة.
Conan hands Ash a rag to clean up. He says he'll help Ash recover, but Ash insists on going to the hospital without supervision, and asks Conan also not to tell the others. The next scene takes place in this lovely party room, introducing us to the Spacetoon hostess, Misty, and she has a special surprise for Ash.
وهذه الأغنية مهداة من البوكيمونات إلى صديقهم آش بمناسبة احتفاله اليوم بالحصول على لقب البطل الحقيقي. لأنه استطاع أن يجمع أفضل وأقوى وأندر شخصيات البوكيمونات مع فريق البوكيمونات، وهذه الأغنية المهداة لآش.
And then, the amazing mascot costume Pokemon all come out and start singing about Ash, in full sentences, which they can speak in this play. While singing about Ash, they realize he's not even here. They start interrogating Conan. Is he in danger? Is he safe? Why do you look so nervous, Conan? Pikachu finds Conan's rag with blood on it.
في الحقيقة هذا آش؟
But then Ash appears. His bleeding thumb wasn't an issue after all.
نعم نعم قد جاء آش مخترقا كل الأحراش فلنرقص هيا ونغني آش آش
عاش آش
نعم نعم قد جاء آش مخترقا كل الأحراش فلنرقص هيا ونغني آش آش.
After the song ends, Misty gives some terrifying news. Just recently, Team Rocket broke into Spacetoon headquarters and stole all of their data relating to Ash.
قامت عصابة الرداء الأبيض جيم وجيسي والقط الشرير ميوث باقتحام محطة تلفزيون الأطفال سبيستون، والغريب أن العصابة لم تأخذ من المحطة إلا الملف السري لبطل المحطة المعروف آش.
Ash wonders, why would anyone want to use my identity? Despite the whole play up until now being about how great he is. Misty tells the gang that within that data is info on how to use all of Ash's Pokemon. Oh no. Conan tells everyone to please be careful, and Ash complains that he's ruining his party.
كونان أيها المحقق لا تفسد حفلي الجميل هذا، الأمر بسيط. نعم بسيط. إذن فلنكمل حفلنا.
Then they just start singing again. Conan begins to question Ash.
احذر يا آش احذر فالجرح قد ينزف.
الجرح؟ أي جرح؟
جرح إبهامك الأيمن، ألا تذكر؟ أين كرتي؟
كرتك، أي كرة؟
آش ضاعت كرتي، هيا يا آش.
ما هذا يا كونان؟ نريد أن نفرح وأنت تسأل عن كرتك. هيا نحتفل في غابة فيرديان. هيا.
With this, Conan already knows exactly what's going on. Team Rocket is behind this, and that is not the real Ash.
لن أدع عصابة الرداء الأبيض تنتصر على أصدقائي وتهزمهم. لابد من إنقاذهم مهما كلفني الأمر.
Next, we see Ash in Viridian Forest, looking for Caterpie. Fortunately for all, Caterpie, the humanoid mascot costume, shows up. Ash commands him to use his abilities to destroy the forest and kill all the bugs.
نحن نريد القضاء على كل الحشرات التي تؤذي الأزهار والأعشاب. لكنني لا.
Caterpie obviously doesn't like this idea, but Ash is the master.
أمرك يا آش.
There's then a brief scene where Conan calls Professor Oak to talk to him about how all of nature has been destroyed, trying to get to the bottom of what could have happened. We then cut back to Caterpie, who is now barely holding on to life. Ash does not care, and tells Caterpie that everything will be fine. Just come with him and heal up and everything will be just fine. As it turns out, Conan might be onto something. It seems this might actually be the doing of Team Rocket, as we see them celebrating their victory of taking out all of nature. Why steal Pikachu when you can simply steal the data of Ash Ketchum and destroy the Earth?
أيها الغبي أيها الغبي
يوث كفى أيها الغبيان. هنالك أحد قادم. هيا نهرب قبل أن يكتشفوا أمرنا. هيا.
الأشرار الأشرار قتلوا الأعشاب والأزهار دمروا بيئتنا.
بيكا بيكا. عاش عاش. عاش عاش. عاش عاش. عاش عاش.
Conan finds Pikachu in the forest, who explains he's collecting flowers to heal his friend Caterpie because he's sick. Conan then takes out a device and looks up info relating to Caterpie. This device isn't referred to as a Pokédex in the play. Conan calls it a computer, but it serves the same function, and it's way funnier to think that Conan has a Pokédex, so we're gonna go with that. Pikachu notices, oh, the flowers have died, asking Conan what could have happened. Don't worry about deforestation, Pikachu. Detective Conan is gonna get to the bottom of this. The Pokémon are now singing about sports, as if all of Mother Nature was not just wiped out. A little breather between the insane moments of this play. Though Charmander singing about how good he is at soccer probably would still be considered an insane moment in history. Next scene, Team Rocket is back once again. Their next scheme is about to be conducted. First they killed all plants. What's next? James sings about polluting the air. Jessie sings about poisoning the world's water. And Meowth sings about turning off all of the electric currents on Earth. They can of course do all of this because they have access to Ash's Pokémon. They also say their motto from the Arabic dub in this play, which is an unexact translation of the original. This was of course based off of the Arabic versions of these shows, so any changes made to those carried over to this.
لتحقيق أحلامكم انضموا إلى جيس.
انضموا إلى عصابتنا أو استعدوا للقتال.
انضموا.
سكوت. هناك أحد قادم.
Ash walks on stage, looking for his friends. Team Rocket then startle him. Ash then tells them he's scared of Detective Conan.
المحقق كونان.
Ash takes a look at Team Rocket's next plan and goes, no, not that one, dude. No way. But of course, they convince him. Pikachu has caught him red-handed and asks Ash, why are you with Team Rocket? Ash tells him, no, you've got it all wrong. I'm becoming their friend to ruin them from the inside. What is Pikachu to believe? This is too much mental anguish for an early 2000s Pikachu. Well, he believes Ash and runs off to get Pidgeotto.
انتبهوا أرجوكم.
Yep, there's Pidgeotto. Ash tells him that something dangerous is about to happen, and so we get this awesome scene of Pidgeotto calling out for all of the Pokémon.
حسناً سأنادي أصدقاء البوكيمونات. سكويرل، كاتربي، هارسي، شارمليون، إكزيكيوتر، بيدرل، مستر مايم.
That's definitely a Charmander costume, but he says Charmeleon. That's an understandable mistake. He does call out for Mr. Mime though, who doesn't show up. There's no costume for him. Ash had to wake him up suddenly. Maybe he's still drowsy. Ash orders them to spread this material all over the forest and pollute the air. Drowsy confronts him. Why would we do this? Do you want us to die? Ash then says, no, it's not what you think. This material will form a barrier. Team Rocket will not be able to escape. And by this, Drowsy is completely swindled.
أخيراً ستقع عصابة الرداء.
الأبيض بأيدينا.
هيا ابدأوا عملكم قبل أن تستيقظ العصابة من نومها.
Conan wakes up to find, the air has been polluted. He whips out the computer Pokédex thing again, and it explains that carbon dioxide has polluted the air, which also damages Earth's ozone layer, explaining that every time we pollute, we slowly cause more damage. Conan gets a phone call from Pikachu, explaining Ash is with Team Rocket, and they polluted the water, with trash, chemicals, and black ink. Conan gets an idea, rings up the Pokédex, and bam, Horsey is to blame. But why is all of this happening? Conan gives himself a motivational speech, reminding himself that, well, it's up to Conan Edogawa to save the land of Pokémon.
ما هذا؟ أين نباهتك يا كونان؟ أين شطارتك؟ لابد أن تعرف حل اللغز. هيا يا كونان، هيا!
So, things have been better, smog is everywhere, and the Pokémon are stumbling about. Wouldn't you guess it? They start singing. But this time, not about soccer, instead about how everything is dead and sad.
أزهارنا ماتت حتى الأعشاب ماتت والعصبة عاتت في الأرض خراب.
We get a short scene with Team Rocket and Ash, but then things really start to heat up. The gang finds Team Rocket's ship that continues to pollute the air, so they plan on reworking it to do the opposite. Apparently that's possible with Pikachu's electricity.
هاي آش عاش عاشا آش.
أرجوك أصحاب البوكيمونات أرجوكم ليس الآن وقت اللعب.
Pikachu questions Ash on how he does not see that the world is in complete ruin. Ash responds, yeah, don't even worry about it. We'll just use Team Rocket's ship to fly to another planet.
كوكب آخر
والأرض.
ما عادت تفيد.
Conan has heard enough. He exclaims that this Ash is not our friend. He is a criminal.
آش هذا ليس بصديقنا.
ماذا؟
نعم، هذا مجرم.
أنا صديقكم.
نعم آش صديقنا.
كلا كلا. ألم يطلب من كاتربي قتل الخضرة والأزهار؟ ومن هورس تلويث المياه؟ ومن بيتشو إفساد الهواء؟ ومن
أجل. كنت أريد أن أوفر لهم حياة جديدة.
لا يخدعكم، إنه مجرم.
آش مجرم؟
Conan has clearly gone crazy. Ash just wanted to help everyone explore new planets, and also leave the Earth in the hands of Team Rocket, but, you know.
جن كونان. أنا متأكد من أن كونان جن.
هذا آش هذا ليس آش هذا آش هذا ليس آش.
كونان جن.
Ash sicks his Pokemon on Conan. They don't know who to believe. Ash did ruin the world, but Conan is trying to ruin their friendship. Enough is enough. Conan asks Ash to take off his glove and show us his right hand.
أخلعها. ها هما قفازي.
ارفع يدك اليمنى إلى الأعلى.
وهذه يدي اليمنى مرفوعة.
بيكاتشو، افحص يد آش. هل هناك جرح بها؟
لا جرح ولا حتى أي أثر لجرح.
Say, Pikachu, remember that bloody rag you saw? That was Ash's blood. Conan decides to put this Ash to the test. Make him sing the Where's My Ball song.
نغني.
والآن ابدأوا يا أصحابي. أين كرتي؟
وسط الملعب.
ضاعت كرتي. أكمل يا آش.
وسط الملعب.
وسط الملعب ها؟ أكملوا يا أصحابي. ضاعت كرتي.
كيف سألعب؟
اقبضوا عليه إذن.
أين صديقنا آش؟ أين هو الآن؟
كفى كذبا. لقد استبدلت عصابة الرداء الأبيض صديقنا آش بآش مزيف.
من آش إذن؟ لا! من آش إذن؟
The Ash we've been following is revealed to be a fraud.
أين آش أيها المجرم؟
في المركبة، مركبة عصابة الرداء الأبيض.
عصابة الرداء الأبيض؟ سوف نقبض عليهم!
With Team Rocket's plan exposed, the good guys chase them, and Pikachu electrocutes them. Conan says it's time to party, not just because Ash is rescued, but to also bring back life to the world. Yeah, hopefully they can figure that out. In the final scene, we get a reprise of Ash's theme song, but the real one is here this time. Ash compliments Conan on his detective skills, and Conan compliments Ash on his care for the environment. Pikachu reminds everyone what they were here to do in the first place: celebrate Ash. Misty announces that to commemorate the return of Ash and the world, they'll sing a song about how great the world is and how we should do what we can to protect it. After that song concludes, everyone comes out on stage and has one last theme song dance number finale, celebrating their great performance. This one production is amazing on its own, but this crossover wasn't the first Koei stage show based off of either of these series. Here's one just of Detective Conan, and one starring Pikachu. Both of these are also from 2000. Throughout the entire show, one of the actors in the solo Conan play is wearing some kind of Pikachu hat, which is a funny coincidence. These ones don't have any mention of Spacetoon, nor do they feature official voice actors. They're classified as spoofs, which is what most of these plays are. Here is a VHS of Conan in the Land of Pokémon, released by the company IVC in Kuwait. Not only did this company release tapes of shows, they also released these plays. Besides the poster, this cover is basically the main image of the play you'll see online. On it we see Ash and Conan, and this guy in the middle. He's not in the play. Who is this? He's got the cheeks, so Pikachu? Mr. Mime? The more you inspect the case here, the weirder it gets. It looks like they just used whatever photos they had. There's also some discrepancies between what we see on the cover and the actors in the show. Mostly their outfits, but the Ash on the cover looks more like fake Ash. He does have red eyes, so maybe that is what they were going for. It's just kinda strange. The main Ash actor is in the play for so much more. Did they not have a good photo of him? Conan also looks a little different. His hair is more accurate, it's got the little point in the back. More importantly though, his hand looks kinda out of place. That is a fist right there. Conan is going to make absolutely sure there is always only one truth. This art of Conan at the bottom is the only thing on here that isn't directly related to the play. It's just common but official stock art. Here's the back cover. There's some details written, but for the big attention-grabbing photos we see Misty and Jessie just standing there. And of course, just like the front, they look a little different than what we see in the footage. Some of the costumes are showcased as well, but why just these ones? Hitmonchan at the bottom looks great though. His gloves have logos on them. You can see them in the play too. There are just a lot of oddities to this cover, and it's interesting to look at, not to mock how it looks, but because it actually gives insight into the production. This isn't the only release of the play on VHS either. Multiple companies release these plays for different regions. This one is by the company ARV, for release in the UAE. It looks very similar, but it is different. The tape stands out a lot more. Also, these are PAL region tapes, so they'll only work with VCRs that can play them. These are some of the only physical remnants of the plays left today, unless you're somehow able to find the mascot costumes or something. Maybe find the props, like that wonderful Conan in the party room. But who knows if any of those even still exist, so it's a good thing we have these at least to remember these productions by. And that is the case of Conan in the Land of Pokémon. Sure, the story is a little weird and the moral is a bit forced, but its existence is so interesting, and there is nothing else like it. There have been other stage shows of these series, and there are live-action dramas and movies. Actually, there is Detective Pikachu. Where was Conan during that? These types of stage shows are still made in Kuwait. If something is popular, it might get one of these. Though keep in mind, a majority of them are spoofs. This one had Spacetoon and Venus Center involved, which makes it stand out even more than it already did, but the parody ones are fun too. Even though those who grew up with the Arabic dubs may know a different Team Rocket motto, we're all still fans of the same franchise, and this can be enjoyed by any fan around the world. The characters all act fairly close to how they should, and the environmental message is really fitting, as nature conservation is often one of Pokemon's main themes. This was a marketing tool, but at its core it's still a stage show, and those are always going to have the intent to entertain, and this definitely succeeds at that. Today, these series continue to find success, and maybe that's at least a little in part thanks to Conan in the Land of Pokémon.